If you have a credit card, you've probably heard this advice. Pay your credit card before the due date. But do you actually need to? Let's make this really simple. Imagine you have a credit card with a $5,000 limit. During the month, you spend $1,000 on groceries, gas, restaurants, and other everyday expenses. Now you see a $1,000 balance on your card. Should you pay it immediately? Not necessarily. There are two dates you need to understand: your statement date and your payment due date. Your statement date is when your billing cycle ends. Your credit card company takes the purchases from that billing period and creates your monthly statement. Then you have your payment due date. That's the date you need to pay by. And here's the important part. If your card has a grace period for purchases, paying your full statement balance by the due date will generally help you avoid interest on those purchases. So if your statement says you owe $1,000 and you pay that full $1,000 by the due date, you generally won't pay interest on those purchases, assuming your card's grace period terms apply. So why do some people pay before the due date? Credit utilization. Let's say your credit limit is $5,000 and you've spent $4,000. You're using 80% of your available credit, even if you plan to pay the entire $4,000. A high balance may be reported to the credit bureaus depending on when your card issuer reports your account. And a high reported utilization can affect your credit score. That's why some people make an extra payment before their statement closes. They're not doing it because they have to. They're doing it to potentially keep their reported balance lower. And here's the part people often confuse. Your statement date is not your due date. For example, your statement could close on the 15th, while your payment isn't due until several weeks later. So if you're trying to keep your reported utilization low, paying some of your balance before the statement closes can sometimes help. But for most people, you don't need to overthink it. Here's the simple system I recommend. Know your statement date. Know your payment due date. Turn on autopay. And if you can afford it, set autopay to pay your full statement balance. That way, you don't have to worry about accidentally missing a payment. And if your balance gets unusually high, you can make an extra payment before the statement closes. There's one more thing you should understand. Your current balance and your statement balance are not always the same. Your current balance can include purchases you've made recently. Your statement balance is the amount from the billing cycle that has already closed. So you might see a $1,500 current balance, while your statement balance is only $900. That's completely possible. So, should you pay your credit card before the due date? You can. But you don't usually have to. If your card has a grace period and you pay your full statement balance by the due date, you can generally avoid interest on purchases. And if you want to keep your reported credit utilization lower, making an extra payment before the statement closes can sometimes help. Just remember, due date, pay on time. Statement date, understand what balance may be reported. That's really all you need to know. At Everyday Finance USA, we explain credit cards and everyday money decisions in simple English.